your captain if nobody else wants to. And I'll do it to keep a noob from getting it, that's why. Gamist, I don't care. Letting a noob drive a ship is like giving a car to a baby. Nothing good comes of it. It's true though. Would you let an infant drive a car? You would not. You crash it into something.
Cars. That's the point of bumper cars. That's the point of bumper cars.
Yeah, but the major bloody problem is with letting them drive a blackwake ship is that they'll never be able to line the ship up. And even if you explain it to them, they'll look at you bug-eyed like you've grown horns out of your head and you've got a giant dildo hanging out your butt. You just have to learn, they just have to mature, grow the frontal lobe out a bit, and boom. Yeah, okay.
Dude, I was in the John, and I overheard it from my headset because his fucking voice is so loud. Something, giant dildo hanging out your butt.
Very simple. What race is it?
Oh my god! Prepare yourselves on port side!
Personally, I'd ban abortion for white women, except in cases of rape or incest.
What?
Blacks can have all the abortions they want. Same with the Hispanics and the Han Chinese. Okay, I'll add Japanese women to the abortion ban limit. Well, that's because I'm sorry, I can't tell. Are those Chinese characters or Japanese? No, it's always good if it's Israeli. Oh my God, you poor bastard. Yep, I agree with you. I don't think the only Koreans I've interacted with, the only ones that seem to have any real intelligence, tend to be Japanese or white descended. Papa. Holy frick! Just no.
Dude, are you for fucking real?
Man, I live in Vancouver. The only time I've ever met Koreans is when I did temp work. They were always short something. Like they had just enough juice to run the lights and the hydraulics, and maybe remember their addresses and where they put their keys, but other than that, take it stairs.
Our ship is in excellent condition.
Hey, it's just when you pack all kinds of people together in one place and force them to cohabitate, they learn. Bit too well what other people are like. From a distance, we can be blind and friendly to everybody, but when you're forced to live with people, you learn people a bit too well. You learn who you can live with, and who you have no problems with. It's more like we form our own little enclaves. Because multiculturalism up here has been a ginormous failure.
Okay, dude, I'm Swiss. We have over 30% people who have come here in their lifetime, and even more who are descendants from other people, and
yeah, I don't have a problem with the, I like the Sikhs though. The Sikhs are really, really good and generous and charitable, and they can work together with anybody. But even they've got their little divisions and hatreds. You ought to see them, hear them talk about the Dravidians. Damn it. Fired the grapple by axe. Sorry, Chevrolet.
Not the grapple!
There's like about 6-7 different varieties of Zeke, and they all friggin' hate each other.
Oh my god. Okay, let's get that heated shot on.
Little thing you probably didn't know, but those big Indian weddings, the big Sikh weddings, those actually have a hidden agenda to them. See, I was told this by a number of them myself. Not really. It's basically it's like this actually. They're a way for the community to get together and have food and sharing, but it's also a ginormous middle finger. It's also an enormous middle finger to the rest of them, saying, look how much money we have, and it's more than you. Haha, you suck. So it's like an outstretched hand of friendship, but also a giant middle finger to everyone else.
Did you get invited?
Keeping up with the Joneses sort of thing. Nah, mate. I just happen to have some of them as neighbors, and the older generation far different. The older generation is really, really nice. They're all former British Army. They have politeness, they play cricket, they drink a lot of tea. But the younger generation is just fucked up. They don't take Guru Nanak as their spiritual liege. The guy who preached pacifism, fighting evil, a particular dietary life, and freedom from intoxication. Oh no. They worship a guy called Billy Johal, who's a complete scumbag. He was a crack meth dealer. He was a crack and meth dealer in the 80s in Surrey, where I live. And he got shot in a Surrey nightclub, and now all the urban youth want to be him. Especially the younger Sikhs. They're almost turning into Muslims. They value violence and wealth above everything. And even their parents are finding they can't be trusted.
Oh, you made me
They just grappled me. They just
coming in.
Help!
Drop a holder on there. No, drop a holder on the non-grapple. Nice.
I also quite like the Japanese! Holy frick, the man saved me! I like the Japanese. They're conscientious, hardworking, polite, easy to get along with. But I get the feeling that they're kind of dying inside because they painted its face on themselves.
Games, let me protect you.
And their eyes, God, their eyes. They have this beautiful, happy smile, but when you look in their eyes, they're kind of inside.
Incoming.
Like they're too ashamed to share their real problems and feelings for fear it might upset somebody.
What?
We are grappling from starboard side. Load up those cannons.
That was fucking... Oh shit.
Hook him. Damn it.
I am requesting that we load our starboard
30 years in Surrey, man. 30 years in Surrey and interactions with just about every kind of group of people. Surrey, the future dies here.
Holy shit.
Huge amount of gangs and all the ethnic hatreds you can imagine. It's all low key.
I may cry.
We don't get that many blacks, but the ones that we did have are kind of memorable. Some are really nice guys. I don't have a problem with them. But that's like saying that you found a gold nugget in the septic tank. When I was in just out of college, a room to the guy who turned out to be a crack dealer. My God. He once threw away all our cutlery because he didn't want to wash it anymore. Once he forgot his keys, and he broke into our own house. The house we rented. Like, the way a burglar would.
Well, how was he supposed to break in? The way a regular person breaks into a house?
A regular person breaks into a house? Yeah. The way, yeah, he broke it. He found a weakness in the actual... He found a weakness in the actual wall and nudged his way in there. And he also did screwed up shit, like, he once burned through our entire supply of food, and then when my disability check came in, he blew it all on McDonald's, cannabis, tobacco, and just bullshit. We were eating for the next couple months, just... Yeah. Well, a month. Then one day he comes home with a giant bag, a giant thing of ground beef, and I go, "Hey man, where'd you get that?" And he said, "None of your fucking bitch. So,
I wonder if he was like...
he goes on for about, I thought he was stealing it too, but it was even more fucked up than that. You see, one day he comes home all defeated, and I have no idea why. So, I got some kind of climate tax action crap. Basically, the way they tax us here is insane. There's so much we pay so much in tax, and the poor get some kind of tax rebate. So I got that. And so I used that to pay a 2-liter bottle of fortified wine, and God, it's expensive, like $20 up here. You pay so much for booze. But I digress. So,
okay, we're not doing that.
I looked at his tongue, and I finally get the full story of where he got the fucking beef from. See, near where we live, there's this ghetto supermarket, but there's a silver lining. There's this nice... There is a blonde girl, very nubile. She's smoking out near the parking lot when our big black buck comes up. She asks him for a light, she gets it, but she grabs him by the frickin' balls and says, hey, wanna fuck? I need it, man, I fucking need it. My work shift and such. And you know what he does? He agrees, but he says, pay me first, get me some fucking beef. Get me some frickin' beef and I'll fuck you.
Wait, so he gave...
And so what she does is she steals the ground... Yep!
Sounds like a transgender thing.
Oh man, that's the bloody thing. It was an actual girl. She was just a frickin' nympho. And so every day at her fucking lunch break, she would steal ground beef from the place she worked, and then she would meet him in the frickin' parking lot.
If she's getting meat from work, this guy's meat.
Yep, to quote the guy himself, I was trading protein for protein, man. But it couldn't last. You see, the manager caught on to what was going on because the inventory counts in the morning did not match up with the sales records. And two, this one employee of hers, her cashier, was constantly coming back from her lunch break straight to the bathroom, which is unnatural. And also, there's this big black guy hanging around who doesn't look like he buys anything. So one day she follows him out, and she sees her meet up. She steals her employee, steal the beef, and she doesn't grab her immediately. Who is she meeting to bring the beef to? And she sneaks up right to the parking lot and sees the two meet up, and he's fucking her cowgirl style, her on top, and she sneaks up, creeping up right to the door of the car, and just knocks on the friggin' window, and she's pinned mid-thrust. Oh, friggin' hell! Yeah, so she gets fired. Fired because of the theft, not the fucking on her work, not fucking on her lunch break.
I'm going
so
in the
essentially,
water. I'm going in the water.
And that's when he passed right the fuck out after saying, I got protein for protein, man. God. Bloody hilarious. Disgusting. I keep hearing from other people that this behavior ain't... He would do stuff...
He's in back of the Zimic.
Yeah. Man. Don't get me started on the Jew stories.
Got him.
Those guys are... Oh my god. I've got a few.
I don't think we can continue this game without hearing about one of these Jew stories.
Alrighty, mate. Well, one of the other places I lived in, the first real place I moved into right after college, was owned by a really, really fat Jew. Lived out in New West. And this guy, he rent me the room, the loft upstairs for quite cheap. Like $300 a month or so, no, $600 a month for a room. But he had an honest to God S&M slave master. He was fulfilling his Talmudic requirement to have human slaves. See, Talmud's really fucked up, but it says that all Goyim, non-Jews, animals put on earth, strictly for the purpose of servicing Jews, making sure they're fed, making sure they're fat, happy, and they don't have to work. And they consider even putting food from the plate into their mouths as work. And that guy would have these, he liked lower class, working class, big giant gut, tiny dicks, daddy issues. How do I know? Because he made them strip at the fucking door. He's long dead, mate. Long dead. God got tired of his fucking shit and gave him 2 strokes in a fucking row. But he never worked, but he was able to afford quite a heavy income. I mean, all that leather gear and those expensive cigars and all that shit was expensive. So I followed him one day on check day and... oh, frick. Anyway, so essentially, I followed him one day on check day because I received a disability. And I stealthily watch him and he goes to like 5 different P.O. boxes and then to 5 different check cashing places. And I found out why that is. Turns out, thanks to his kite connections, he actually is committing disability check fraud and welfare fraud. All the Jews are doing that too. That's what they do. That's how they survive. They don't work a day in their lives because, yeah, he had like 5, 6 welfare checks. And each of those check cashing places are owned by other Jews. Family of his. Pretty friggin' nasty what they do. I mean, the whole reason the Orthodox might get kicked out of Israel soon is simply because, well, they're doing to Israel what the Jews are doing to New York City and all the other places. They don't join the army, they don't work, they don't do anything but read the Talmud all day and fuck kids.
These guys skewers all have shootouts.
Watch out, games, the cutter's coming towards you.
They also start riots all the goddamn time. I see him. Such a mess. And they have my country by the balls because Justin takes orders from the bastards. Every horrible, perverted thing you've heard about the bastards is probably true. Because that guy was also a fucking cannibal. Except, the recent catch before he had died. My god. Okay, Romanis, Well, the thing about the Romanis is I've only met about 2 or 3. All kids. One was a meth addict. He was like 12 years old and smoking meth, but he actually quit it. But I haven't seen him in like 10 years. Props. That kid, anyone can quit meth at a young kid. Sorry. People ask me to talk, so
Wait.
talking.
So how can anybody quit meth except for young kids? Because wouldn't a young kid become somebody who's not a young kid?
I have no damned idea. That's simply what he told me, because I saw him smoke meth.
Based on the fact that it takes several years to become an actual older kid from a young kid?
He was like 12 years old when I met him in the park near where I used to live. And then he offered me a hit of meth from the pipe he was smoking, and I just moved out of there. It's just... Hey, you asked, so... Honestly, I figured it's my duty to oblige.
For you.
Alright, we regroup. Okay, they're bearing on my location straight hot. Okay. Aligning front, align.
I sincerely hope that Portside has prepared itself.
Okay, square for you.
They're bringing a gumbo. I'm worried. Games. I'm really worried about this gumbo.
They're firing bar shot.
Oh, that's us. He's talking about us.
Like you just wanna cuddle up or what?
Down, they're down.
Let's start bar shotting the gunboat. Oh wait, here comes the grapple. I'm grappling ready.
Oh! Thought we were cuddling.
Excuse me.
Jump over here.
Nah, I was gonna fuck with this can as much as we went. Hello? Hello?
That did not look like you needed help.
Mortar.
We punched her rifle.
Realigning. Despawned. Wait till they respawn me. Well done.
Dude, this is so fucked.
This is very fucked. This is like Operation
What
Sandstorm.
if we had a bomb vessel? We just had fucking all sitting right next to him like this.
Yeah, this is very fucked.
do the junk first. Let's get more people.
We're absorbing shots. Guys, get into position.
What are you absorbing the shots with?
Or stop. Oh hell, here comes the junk!
His mass is down. Can we just pop up some more? Oh man, I love this game.
It seems I made the right choice placing my trust in you.
Okay, let's start demasking the schooner as well. Let's get the left side shot off at the schooner. At the schooner, not the teammate. Okay, another mortar shot, I think. Or are we too close? I don't know. I wanna go over there. Oh, wait, who sank? Oh, that one did. He capsized for some reason.
Let us prove them wrong.
Is that a fitting 100 bomb catch win?
I'm gonna cut off that upper.
Shit. Anything. Let's get the left side shot. I know it's not far.
Another victory, lads! I expected nothing less.
Okay.
If everyone on starboard has not yet braced themselves, I encourage you to do so now.
Down goes.
Hey, we're moving through you.
Whoa. Huh?
That's a lot of damage!
What's up, Tom?
Yeah, I know. Love this game. But it's not really the game, it's the people in it.
Not gonna lie, those anti-kinetic ramps are pretty hard to put up with.
Should have known me back when I was an alcoholic, mate. I was even crazier than this.
Wait, so you're sober right now?
So you're sober right now?
This is your
Yeah, this is
dog shit opinion?
Yep, it is, and it's dog shit indeed. I mean, I used to be an alcoholic. It'll be 2 years in September, actually. I haven't touched the drop.